on the spot like that. It freaks me out.
The skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. We went off on
Mammals or reptiles?
mammals. Mammals,
Yes,
clearly.
clearly.
Well, I mean, what do birds do? Would they be? They are not mammals, but they're not reptiles either. I would say
Yeah, they're a
birds.
separate category. Maybe I should include them next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Poor birds. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yes. Okay, I'll add that to here. We'll put it in right now. Mammals, reptiles, or birds. There we go.
There.
Beer or wine?
Uh, why?
Wine. Nice. Claudio Abbado or Herbert von Karajan?
Furtwängler. No, I'm joking. Abado.
Abbado. Nice.
Yeah.
Pizza or pasta?
Pasta.
Pasta. Nice.
Pasta.
Liszt or
Wine.
Chopin?
Chopin. Chopin. I think everybody. I wonder how many people have said Liszt. I mean, he's fascinating, but I find that Chopin is like, I love it, and with Liszt, I kind of admire it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know exactly what you mean. There's a few people who said Liszt, which surprises me,
Yeah.
because yeah, I just don't see. I mean, nothing super against Liszt, but I don't see how you can pick
No,
Liszt
no.
over Chopin. I mean, yeah. Anyhow,
Yeah.
free stroke or rest stroke?
Hmm. Rest stroke, I guess. Well, free stroke, it's so limited, you cannot always use it. So if I had to choose only one, then it would be free stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Schubert or Beethoven?
Ooh. Oh, that's a tricky one.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I suppose it depends so much on my mood. Schubert. Let's go Schubert.
Schubert. I would think I would choose the same.
Yeah.
Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast. Breakfast.
Nice.
Yeah, I can.
I love
I
breakfast.
can be somewhere.
Contemporary or
Yep.
classical romantic guitar repertoire?
Well, I think that one we kind of mentioned, but yeah,
Yes.
I suppose classical, romantic. Yeah.
Okay. Campanella or regular scales?
Ooh, that was such a hard one because I mean, both work. I mean, if you would play Campanella in Rodrigo scales, that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, El Loco de la Guitarra Campanella.
Yeah, mind you, it might save your lifetime if you could possibly, but
Yeah.
um, uh, oh, I would say Campanella, I suppose, because if you can, yeah, Campanella, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Sor or
Fair.
Giuliani?
Hmm. Uh, s- Sor, Sor, Sor. Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet, clearly sweet. Yep,
Nice.
I've got a sweet tooth.
We kind of touched on this already, but tremolo or scales?
Tremolo or scale? Yeah, I did say scale. I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Harlitz or Rubinstein?
I, yeah, scale. But what do you think? Well, such an introvert kind of thingy. Yeah.
Rodrigo or Tedesco?
Oh, well, I have to say, mind you, I really like some stuff by Tedesco a lot. But Rodrigo, come on, it's cool. Fellow blind musician.
Nice.
I have
Yes.
to stick with it.
Awesome. Concert or masterclass? Oh wait, that was up above. Sorry. Restoration of the composer's intention or personal interpretation?
Oh, clear. Yeah, restoration of the composer's intention, clearly.
Oh, okay. Oh no, that wasn't above. It was chamber music or solo. How about concert or masterclass? If you're giving it.
Oh, I think masterclass.
You like
Well,
giving
mind you,
masterclasses?
both.
Yeah. I like giving.
I do.
I like giving masterclasses. It's fun.
Yeah, and it's kind of a cool position to be in. The kids are prepared, and then you have less of a responsibility of seeing what happened. I gave them your class.
Yeah.
It's a funny one in a way.
I also
Um,
just I like that when you do a master class, you kind of have a sequence of people learning, and you kind of get to cover a range of topics. You know.
Absolutely. There is like a lot of, it's a great pace
Yeah,
also.
it's really nice. Okay, Bream or Segovia?
You know what? I'm going to say Segovia just because everybody says Bream. I have to
Oh,
root for the, and to be fair, I really, until I studied with Gilia, I didn't really realize that Segovia really, in his best years, there's some recordings of his when he, like some live recordings of concerts, and you go, wow, you know what? The guy could really play. And
yeah,
it's not just like, so I think it's a little under these,
valued. Yeah,
as much as, yeah, I mean, the truth is I do listen more to Bream, but I just say Segovia because really, not just for his merit as, of course, as inspiring compositions and stuff, but I think that he actually has some really cool stuff
yeah,
for the time, and not even just for the time. You know what? We just, I'm saying for the time because like the sensitivity changed. Like even a violinist or other instruments played
hmm,
quite differently in the beginning of the century. So not even a matter of progress or change. It's just a different type of thinking. Yeah.
yeah, for
So
sure.
Segovia, come on, let's root for Segovia.
Nice. You're the first. You're one of the first ones to say it.
Yeah,
Mountains or beaches?
beaches, beaches.
Beaches.
I mean, the view from the mountaintops. I'm
Oh right, that's
not sure I'm into that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
No, but
point.
it could be the silence and the fun climb. I can get that.
Yeah, yeah. No,
But
for
I like
sure.
the beach. It's so multi-sensory. Like you get the waves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The sun, the yeah, everything. Wonderful. Excellent. Well, is there anything else you want to cover, Ioana, before we listen to our last recording? Is there anything you want to say?
Um, no, not really. I mean, we could talk. I mean, there's so much to. No, it's just a lot of fun. If anybody has any questions or last minute things, now's the time.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
let us know
I think
if
we pretty much did the tour.
I think
Yeah, I
so.
mean, we didn't really talk much about competitions and all that stuff and the
That's
good
true.
and the
But
bad.
it's because we were
But
talking about
you know,
music, which music is much more important than those things, I would say.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Um,
I would say that I'm really very interested in like the, it's kind of like the inner game of tennis. I don't know if any of you read that one. It's such a cool book.
mhm.
It's the inner dialogue that we create when we play, and so I'm really kind of interested in what goes on in our minds as we play. So I think if I hadn't been a musician, I would have become a psychologist or something because
Yeah.
it's really such a fascinating
Do you talk about the inner
thing.
dialogue thing with your students?
Yeah,
Okay.
quite a bit. And I do. And I tell them one of the things that I keep telling my students is to not be nervous about being nervous, because often that's half of your nerves. You're nervous and then you're nervous. Oh my God. And the nerves are going, if you might as well accept it. Okay, I'm nervous. That's fine. It's like the beast that you know. And I kind of say hello to my nerves, like, okay, here you go. That's it. And then at least half of the pressure, not half maybe, but at least I take off the pressure of I shouldn't be nervous. I should fight it or something.
Right.
You
Yeah.
just let it be.
I mean, it's kind of the sort of lesson of being a little bit more zen is just letting things sort of happen and
Yeah,
um,
and Hubert Keppel said something very cool about this. So let's say you make a mistake, what happens? Like, are you gonna die? Is the world gonna end?
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
just like step out of it. Yeah,
yeah. And also, I mean, it's hard to do. It's hard also because we still want to be really giving the moment everything.
yeah,
When you're playing. So it's
it's
not that
true.
it's
It's
not that you
true.
want to be passive in the sense of just sitting back and letting things happening and it's fine, whatever. But it's more like just knowing you can't control every single thing all the time. Because if you try to control every single thing in the sense of like needing to have control and not having anything unexpected happen, it's
Yeah,
yeah.
and also not being attached to. I think Kipling had that great point where he said to treat success and failure like the two imposters.
Right.
It's really ultimately they're relative. Like you're doing your best, but what comes out of it, that's the secondary part. You do what you do.
Yeah, and what comes out of it, there's
So
so many
yeah,
factors in that you don't control.
exactly. And then
So,
if you don't worry about not controlling it, then often you'll actually go with the flow better.
yeah, and you might be more productive too because you're not paralyzed by like worrying about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all that stuff.
Yeah. Mark Hertz
Now, of
says,
course, I wonder how much it actually helps
yeah,
people, because I mean, it's nice to say all these things, and then the reality hits, and you're nervous or paralyzed or whatever.
right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Hertz says that was a great interview. My question for Ioana would be, what do you listen for when adjudicating competitions? That's a good question. I was in a competition that you adjudicated once, and I'm curious what you would listen for also.
What do I listen? What do I listen for? Or when I play? Sorry, I
For
missed that.
when you're adjudicating competitions.
Can you say that one again? Oh yeah, what do I listen for? Uh, Good one. I think who would I want to listen to in a concert?
No, what do you listen for when you're adjudicating a competition?
Yeah, what am I listening for? I'm listening for to find the player that I think I would like to listen to in a concert afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Uh, well, of course, I mean it depends on the level and on the type of competition, but sometimes I try. I mean, of course, it's so tempting to in competitions everything that they don't do anything wrong, like we were talking about this thing, when you hear somebody that doesn't do anything wrong but doesn't do enough right either. Like I'm looking for the people. I suppose that's because that's the type of musician I am too. I like to root for the people that really did something interesting and that I would like to hear more of in a concert. But
Mm-hmm.
of course, it's hard to say. I mean, I really don't like adjudicating in competitions, but I think it's a fair karma because competitions were so might as well, if it happens, I'll do my best to be as honest as I can, and at least I won't be distracted by the stage presence or anything. So I guess that's an advantage.
That's true. You can't have
Um,
visual bias.
yeah. No, but in fact, actually, sometimes I do ask, because if I knew that this person that plays in front of me is a 13-year-old or is a 25-year-old, I might see things differently. Mystique is different enough. It does matter a little bit to be aware a bit of the context,
Right. Makes
I
sense.
think. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
that's the question. Do you judge just the performance or the context and the potential of the person? That's
right.
one of my hard questions for me.
That's a real hard one. I don't know how to answer that.
Me neither. I kind of go with whatever, but I'm always torn because of that.
Yeah. Nice. Well, to finish off, we're going to listen to a recording of yours of Un sueño en la floresta. So, why do you like playing
Yeah,
this
good
piece?
old. Oh, it was something that I heard since I was a kid, and my dad would always say, "When are you going to learn this piece?" And I think just because he was kept asking me about it, I, I put it off for a long time, and then finally, so it always brings me back to childhood, and tremolo is a fun thing to do, and then I remember when I bought this guitar, my father was so happy that it has the C, and he would always check any guitar that I was considering buying. Like, does it have the C? And I
Does
was
it
like,
have the
listen,
C?
Dad, it doesn't matter. I want a guitar that sounds well, C or no C, but this one had it. He was so happy. So it's a bit nostalgic about childhood
Mm.
and the yeah. And this recording particularly was kind of funny because I was gonna do a few takes, record it, and post the better take on YouTube. But in the first take, kind of midway through, I realized that my former guide dog Loyal was actually in the middle of just in front of the camera and started moving around. So it was so funny that we thought, okay, that's what's coming up on YouTube with Loyal's photo bomb.
Nice.
So
Animals
yeah,
just want to be part of the situation. It's Good.
Yeah, Cheerio does this too. Like in Oración para Todos, I put it recently, and she was right there without telling her. She was like, "Yeah, okay."
Nice. Awesome. Well, we're gonna finish like
So yeah,
the stream will end when the recording ends. So I want to thank you so much for coming on and being willing to do this. It's really lovely to have amazing guests, especially guests who know the show well. And like I've been looking forward to having you on for a long time. So this has been really special.
oh, it's been a pleasure, and I'm having a lot of fun and discovering new things, and it's a lot of fun. Keep it
Me
up.
too. I mean, I feel like I learn every single interview from the artist, and it's super valuable for me that I get to pick people's brains and find out more about how they see music and playing, and yeah, it's great. Ross Chiason says, "Thanks, guys. Really enjoyed it." Thanks, Ross. Glad you listened.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to look at the chat, guys, but it's not always very accessible. So if I don't respond or something, it's just because of accessibility limitations of Facebook. But I'll do my best.
Yeah. Jaime Marquez Diaz Canedo says, "Thank you, Michael and Ioana. You are wonderful." Wonderful. And Mark Hertz says, "Thank you." Also, just as a last thing, once again, we have a donation link in the description for a charity to help with the current situation in America. So if you guys want to take a look at that, you can. And also follow all the links to check out what Ioana's up to. She's doing a lot of cool things. The series on YouTube is especially great if you're interested in these things, like what she's talking about, learning to listen better, all this kind of stuff. Her YouTube channel has all those, as well as many videos of her playing, wonderful videos of her playing, and the Buy Me a Coffee thing is a way to support her channel as well. So yes, awesome. Let's listen to some Barrios, and yeah, on Friday, everyone, I have Brandon Asbill coming on, who's an American guitarist, and I think he will be talking about injury prevention and playing health, as he's had a recent journey with a bit of a playing injury that he wanted to come on the stream and share about, which I think is a really important topic. Really nice to have somebody coming who wants to address that kind of in depth, So, and he's also a composer as well as a guitarist. So, looking forward to that on Friday. And Veronique Claver is saying thank you and some things in French, which unfortunately I can't read because I am a bad Canadian and don't speak French.
It's okay. I'll check it out.
Hi,
Veronique.
In my defense, I grew up most of my childhood in Indonesia, so I didn't have to learn French there. I learned Indonesian instead.
Well, fair enough. That's a cool thing to know.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you, Ioana. Let's listen to your recording of the Barrios and sign off with everybody.
Bye, everyone.